Hey everyone, welcome back to Warhammer 40k. Here you go, we're getting rid of that mouse cursor. We are going to retake the gun battery. English is really hard. Pick up grenades. We have not been using the grenades. Pick up the ammunition. Been talking a little bit about the Imperial Guard. Again, they're popular because I think they're sympathetic because they're human, which makes them the easiest to relate to, and I think that's why they'll always be popular. Though that being said, there's a lot of support for all the other races, because I think in this game we only see 4 different races, though there's like 9 or 10. Like, Warhammer 40k is very large. I need to figure out how to use grenades. I'll look that up sometime, and then I'll actually use grenades. We're gonna charge them so we can use our melee. Perfect. It's such a varied world, and that's why you can read a lot of stories of Warhammer 40k, and each story can be very different because the universe is so large that it's easy to have these individual conflicts that have no relation to anything else that's going on, just because the universe is so big. And I mean that in 2 ways. One, in the sense that there's just a lot there. Like, there's 12 different factions. There's years of backstory, both in the metaphorical and literal sense. So, for example, like, this is the year 40,000, but they have events that occur in the year 30,000 that they have a lot of detailed information on. And, like, before that, like, there's a very extensive history to the world of Warhammer 40k, but also this Warhammer 40k is like a franchise that's been around for a very long time. We should be using our bolter a lot more because I think we're getting a lot of ammunition for it. I think Warhammer 40k has been around since the 1980s, I want to say. I'm not quite sure on that, so don't take me at face value. But it's been around for a long time, so, and like, as such, there's a lot of works to draw from. And I don't see it slowing down at all. Like, I think Warhammer 40k is definitely going to be around for the foreseeable future. Though, sadly, Dawn of War 3 wasn't quite what I wanted it to be. But it is what it is. So, and that's what I mean, in one sense, like, the franchise itself is big, but also there's just the sheer scale of it. As far as, like, science fiction is concerned, I can't think of any other universe that's, like, nearly as large as Warhammer 40k. Like, you know how I was saying how there's a lot more Space Marines than there were, say, Guardsmen? There is still hundreds of thousands, like literally hundreds of thousands of Space Marines in this universe, if not more. I wouldn't even be surprised if the numbers went into the millions. Alright, there we go. Like, the untold billions that there are in this game. Like,
through these battlements, we will use the breach caused by the rock to enter the gunflames.
I can't understate enough, or overstate. I think overstate. I can't overstate just how large the sheer scale of Warhammer 40k is. Like, for example, and this might feel some flames. I'm lost. That's gonna feel some more flames for sure. He's dead. I think he's dead. If Star Wars and Warhammer 40k were to get into a fight, and even if he just had the Imperial Guard would crush Star Wars by sheer scale alone. Like, discounting the fighting ability of a Guardsman versus, say, like a Stormtrooper or something, the number of Guardsmen there are to, say, Stormtroopers is like mind-boggling. Like, to put it in perspective, so for every spaceship that was on the Death Star, there would be at least one planet full of Imperial Guardsmen that belong to the Imperium. And that's an underestimate of how many planets there are that belong to the Imperium. So, like, there's, I think, literally thousands and thousands of worlds that belong to the Imperium. And I think even that's like an underestimate. Like, there might be millions. Maybe not quite millions, because millions is a large number. But, like, that's the point. Like, so... And I should be careful because I'm not actually that familiar with Star Wars, so I could be saying things that are completely, like, malarkey. And it'd be like, that's not actually accurate. If I'm wrong, like, please let me know. You know, because I love to hear your opinions, but it's mind-boggling. Absolutely mind-boggling, which is why I like this, because there's also a lot of other themes to this game. Or, not this game. This game I've only been playing for a little bit, but I'm already loving it.
There must be power in orc contraptions across the battlefield.
Can I interact with these? Does not look like I can. What was I talking about? I know I was talking about Warhammer 40k. Oh.
Support pods were dropped in this area.
Neat. Ooh, a drop pod. Oh, hello, you. That was very quick. Oh.
The high ground, Captain. We will deal with the orcs down here.
Alright. Oh, and there's... Okay, cool. Alright, I'm liking this. This is awesome. Flying around. One thing I was gonna say that's I think distinguishes Warhammer 40k from other science fiction is that it feels a lot like a fantasy. Because I mean, you think about it, we're fighting orcs right now, and orcs are typically reserved for fantasy races or fantasy universes. Like, this is the only setting I can think of where we fight things like orcs and oh boy, the air stomp. Among other things. You might say, well, it's just the orcs, right? It's like, well, no, there's like space elves, there's some other things which I don't want to mention right now because I think that'd give away some of this game. And that's something I should probably clear up too. This is the first time I've played this game, but I think I'm familiar with the plot of the game because I couldn't help myself. I just... Oh, that felt good. That felt really good. I like this jetpack too much. Crazy business. That guy is firing rocks at us. That's not good. I guess I could talk a little bit more about the orcs. Orcs are actually very similar to fantasy orcs, I think, for the most part. They're the black comedy of Warhammer 40k. Usually when the orcs do something... Well, there's usually two perspectives of the orcs. You see them sometimes, like in this game, where they're like violent, brutal savages, and they're just frightening. And, you know, in terms of the guardsmen, they are scary. I mean, they're giant green beasts that tear you limb from limb. Like, that's... If that's not scary, I don't know what is. But... in other cases, what they are is they're more like sociopathic comedy, where like they'll get up to like these like kooky hijinks and get up to mischief. And I think in this game, like, you won't see much of it because the theme of this game is that the orcs are a big threat. Whereas in some of the RTS games, the orcs have some priceless dialogue, which I hope we see the orcs being funny in this game, though I have low expectations for that because this doesn't seem like the game where the orcs are going to be up to the usual hijinks. Case in point, for the orcs, they believe that if you paint their vehicles like red just goes faster. Like, that's just a belief they have. Like, so they think a red truck will go faster than a blue truck simply because the truck is red and not blue. And with that said, I'm actually going to end the episode here. So thank you all for watching, and I will be seeing you guys next episode. So till then, bye.